Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We are reading from chapter 6, the Yoga of Meditation, and we are just at the conclusion of the chapter in a very, very beautiful section in which Arjuna is expressing his doubts to Lord Krishna. Now, Lord Krishna described to Arjuna the practice of meditation. What are the benefits? What a glorious practice this is. How to practice? What is the attitude? How to practice physically? What to do with the body? How to sit? What to sit on? All the details were given. And Arjuna's first response was, this yoga that you are describing to me, I don't see how I can persist with it over a long period of time, meaning I have doubts as to my ability to succeed in this yoga because this yoga is practiced with the mind and the mind is so restless and uncontrollable. And Lord Krishna is telling him, yes, you are right, it is difficult, but it can be done. Through practice and dispassion, it can be done. So, if one is able to master one's mind, then the results, the superconscious state, samadhi, a prolonged state of meditation, can be achieved. Now, Arjuna has another question. And he expresses it in verses 37 and 38 and 39 of chapter 6. Let's just first see 37. Arjuna said, "He who is unable to control himself, though he has the faith, and whose mind wanders away from yoga, what end does he, having failed to attain perfection in yoga, meet, O Krishna?" So, Lord Krishna told Arjuna in verse 36 that yoga is, I think yoga is hard to be attained by one of uncontrolled self, but the self-controlled and striving one can attain to it by the proper means. Now Arjuna is asking, so if one is not able to control himself, though he tried, what will happen to him? So Arjuna is asking a very, very important question that sits in the back of the minds of many, many of us as we go on doing any task that we have doubts as to our ability to succeed in. And the question is simple: what if I fail? What happens if I do not manage to reach this goal that I set for myself? So Arjuna, in the beginning, he said, I don't see how it's possible. Meaning he was thinking that he was going to fail. He said, I think I'll fail. This is actually what he's saying in his first question, verses 33 and 34. Not only I think I fail, I think this is impossible. This is what he's saying. And then Lord Krishna is answering, and Arjuna is a good disciple. He accepts the answer. Okay, so it's not impossible. It is possible. But what if it's not possible for me? What if I fail? And this is the second stage. Okay, first the big doubt, but now the little doubt still remained. I go through all this effort, as we will see as we discuss the verses. I go through the efforts, I give up other things. And the goal is so far, is so high. The goal is attain perfection in yoga. It's not half yoga, third yoga. The goal is perfection. So what happens if we do not manage to reach this? And as we said, this is a very, very important question because Whenever we take on a difficult task, a task that we are not necessarily certain about our ability to succeed in, this doubt sits in the back of our mind. And it can be a very, very big difficulty, because as long as this big doubt sits there, we might be thinking, maybe I am wasting my time. Maybe it is a lost cause, Maybe there is no way for me to succeed in it, so why am I putting the effort on this? And remember, it's instead of putting the effort on something else. So what happens if I fail? And here it's even more pronounced, because the goal is so lofty and so difficult, and it's, in terms of success, it's all or nothing. So this is in Arjuna's mind. Lord Krishna will give an answer that will help alleviate this position, but this is in Arjuna's mind. If I do not attain perfection, then I failed. It's all or nothing. So did I waste all my time? Am I not here, not there? We will see it in the next verses. What will happen to me? And Lord Krishna will address this question in a few ways. He will give some alternatives, understanding that this doubt is very legitimate. It's something that is a great cause of anxiety for people who take on very, very, very big tasks and are not sure as to their ability to achieve them. And if it's addressed properly and Arjuna's mind is put to rest about it, and of course we're also talking about ourselves, we can continue with the path much more surely, much more safely, much more calmly. So it's a very, very important question, and it has elements that are relevant to the Vedic times, but also to our times, and we will see it in the next teachings. So please join us. Om Shanti.